Welcome to Sentry Equipment's ice cream training videos. I'm Rob Romarino.
And I'm Angelo and Rob.
And today we're going to be making an ice cream that is my favorite, chocolate marshmallow fudge with brownie pieces. Unbelievably awesome. So we're going to get started. What we have here is we have a 14% chocolate mix. We have about 16 ounces of fudge variegate. I'm actually going to mix, we're going to mix this right into the ice cream. And then we have about a quart of marshmallow that we're going to fold into the ice cream as it's coming out. And then the last piece, we have brownie bites that we're also going to put in post-draw with the ice cream as it's coming out. And what's going to be left is an unbelievably awesome ice cream. It's literally my favorite flavor. So hope you enjoy. We're going to get started.
So we're using our B12 batch freezer, and we're going to add 5 quarts of our 14% chocolate.
So Angelo mentioned our B12 batch freezer. Essentially, this will make 1 2.5 gallon to 3 gallon tub of ice cream in about 7 to 9 minutes, depending on the flavor. With this, we're adding a lot of solids into it with the fudge. The chocolate mix has a good amount of solids, so we're probably going to be on the higher end of the time there. But what we're going to end up with is probably about a 70 to 75% overrun ice cream with, as we mentioned, a 14% butterfat chocolate. What can you use? You can use 12%, 14%, 16%, completely up to you in regards to what you want to use for your mix.
So now I'm going to mix in the fudge straight into the chocolate mix. And what you want to do is you want to make sure you get every bit of fudge you can. We don't want to waste anything.
Yeah, that fudge is very thick. This is a high-end chocolate fudge that we're using. And it's going to give that ice cream that, instead of being like a straight chocolate, it's going to have like a fudge brownie effect to it. Then when we add the marshmallows and the brownie pieces, that's when you really get a very delectable, rich, finished product. So we have all the fudge in here. Now I'm going to blend it in. I'm going to use the hand blender, just a little quicker, a little faster. You can use a wire whisk too, whatever your preference is. So we're done blending. We got it all blended in. Now we're ready to pour it into our machine.
So Rob, why are we adding some flavor now and then some flavor later? So
any flavor that I add now is really going to homogenize into the mix. It's not going to be kind of ribboned throughout. The marshmallow, I want to see streaks of marshmallow go in. If I put it in the machine, what's going to happen, it's just going to homogenize with the mix. You're not going to see the marshmallow. You'll taste it, but you won't see it. With the marshmallow, I want to see it. The fudge, I just want it to be incorporated into the product. But again, you can do whatever you want. You can actually take the tub if you want as an extra. You could pour a little fudge on the outside of the tub and then fill the tub up so you get a little bit more fudge on the outside too. I've had customers who, when we make the ice cream, we've made a tube in the middle and they fill the tub around the tube, and then we fill the tube with fudge and then pull the tube out, so now you got a tube of flavor in the middle. So there's a lot of cool, neat things you could do when you're making your own ice cream. You're limited only by your imagination. And here at Sentry, we try to help you really be creative and think creatively and create different things that are going to separate you from your competition and help you sell more product.
So we help their imagination come true.
Pretty much. Yep. With food.
With food.
Ice cream. All right, so we're ready to pour this in. As you can see, Angelo, we have a big fill mouth, which makes pouring easier. We're going to give this batch to Angelo so he can kind of scrape the rest of the tub, make sure we get every delicious ounce of chocolate fudgy gooiness into the machine.
Same as with our flavors, when we were adding, we want to scrape and get every bit that we can.
And when we developed this machine, the large fill mouth was a pretty big feature, because you'll see other machines out there and they have a small area where you can fill, and it just makes it a little bit more difficult every day. And when you're making ice cream and you're making 20 tubs a day, 30 tubs a day, and you're in front of the machine for hours, every little user-friendly feature helps. And we've been selling batch freezers since 1981. It's all we do is sell this type of equipment. So we get a lot of feedback from the customers, because not only are we selling them the machine, we're training them how to use it, we're servicing it. So we use the feedback in the development of this machine many, many years ago. So we're ready to go. So essentially what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go to my timer. I'm going to set it to 9 minutes. Okay, I'm going to turn my dasher on. I'll let the dasher run for about 15 seconds because I just make sure that that fudge and the ice cream are still blended in. Okay, and then we can flick the refrigeration on.
And the light will indicate that our compressor is running and our refrigeration is on.
So our timer's on, 9 minutes, and we're ready to go. So now during this time I want to get my marshmallow ready, I want to get my brownie pieces ready, and if I was making another flavor after this, I would start to prepare that next flavor. And ideally, because I'm doing a chocolate mix, you want this to be at the end of the day's run. You want to do all your chocolates now because you don't want to go to a light vanilla mix after doing this. You'll just have to clean the machine too long, okay? So you want to learn to piggyback your flavors. Do the lightest to darkest, do flavors that have a little bit of a relationship. So maybe I'm doing vanilla, then I'm doing cookies and cream, and then I'm doing a mint with cookies. So it cuts down my cleaning time between flavors. Now that I've gone to chocolate, if I was making another flavor next, it would be a chocolate-based flavor.